Hey there, welcome. I'm Richard Matharoo. It's Thursday. That means I've got a brand new episode for you of Free Coaching Thursday. This is exclusive to YouTube. I basically sift through all the messages I've received from my audience in the week, emails, like messages on Quora, social media, and I pick 3 questions that I think you as a business owner would really like to know the answer to. Like, what can you take information from someone who's in the field, built a successful business over 20 years now, and be like, okay, yeah, that's a great insight. I'm going to use that and get results. I hope that you find value in my answers. I hope you enjoyed the questions. I'll be back with all of that in this video, so stay tuned. Okay, welcome back. So I love doing Free Coaching Thursday. Like, I love creating content. You can tell I like to talk, but I just like doing it from the heart. I like, if ever I've been asked to give a speech, or I very rarely prepare. I just look at the topic and then I go with what I feel is the best that I want to answer that question. So this Free Coaching Thursday, I do that. I just look at these questions right before I click on this camera to record them too. So I like the spontaneity of it. So let's look at question number 1. I've got them written down here. Do you think life is better or worse with social media? Excuse me, that is a great question. First of all, what's better or worse? For me as a human being, does it make us more or less happy? Like, if you think about everything you do, it's for the feeling that it brings you. The result you get, the outcome you get from your behavior, you're like, does that feel good or bad? If it feels good, we repeat it. If it feels bad, we try and avoid it, right? So does social media make you feel happier or less happy, right? I believe it depends how you use it. I think this is really important for us as business owners. You know, we feel more pressure to be on social media, right? And I remember going to an event, and a social media event, and I was only in a couple of platforms at the time, and the guy was speaking, was asking us to raise our hands how many platforms we were on, and he was like, "You're only on 3? My goodness, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do the other, you need to be on this post here." I was like, "Oh, okay." And before I know it, I feel like I got a network on there, I got a post on there 3-4 times a day, all the time. I got to be scrolling through, and it just sucked the time away from more productive activities. Not only did it suck time, if you're not careful, it can suck your positivity and your energy. I would only follow people that add value to your life. You legitimately enjoy reading their posts, you legitimately want to keep in contact with them, and you feel that following them is going to allow some kind of benefit to you. Maybe in a business perspective, you enjoy learning from them, or you're entertained by them. Something that you gain from it makes you feel good. Because I find if you don't police this, if you don't monitor this, you can get sucked into a downward spiral. Like a year or 2 ago, before I started taking control of this, you would find on any popular post or video, within 2 or 3 comments, there's some kind of argument or negativity, or someone with a personal agenda bringing their baggage and smear it all over the post, right? Something can start light-hearted, then somebody comes in bringing the weight of the world with them. It usually turns into race or religion or politics or some kind of hate. And I'm like, man, that is just not what I want to feed into my eyes and feed into my ears if it's a video. So police it. Allow yourself to think, when you've been using social media, well, how do you actually feel? If you're feeling drained or like, oh, frustrated, I wasted some time, start to put some kind of structure and rules together for yourself that's going to work for you. To give you some suggestions, I use a social media posting software. I use Buffer, and I use one on Instagram called, Sked Social, because that allows you to pre-schedule the first comment as well to put the hashtags in there. So I use those 2 auto-posting softwares, and that allows me on a 90 minute kind of pocket times a week, I pre-schedule all my social media, and then I can choose if I want to go on there or not. It's not on my phone, I only have it on my computer, so that really limits my time and ability to actually go out and get distracted. So those are some suggestions for you. So I hope that helps. I think better or worse, depends on how you're using it, depends on what you want to get out of it. For me, it's as little as time as possible for the maximum gain. Maybe you're the same. Next question. Is there a formula for making content that goes viral? I wish there was, right? I wish there was. I do 4 videos a week, every week. I love it, but do I wish I could have done 1 video and now be like a multi-millionaire? Of course, right? We all want maximum result for minimum effort. So if there was such a formula that could guarantee it was viral, then everyone would just do the one video with that formula and would all be multimillionaires, right? There is some things you can do, though, to try and encourage the number of people that want to share, engage, and that's how a video goes viral, right? People mentioning it to other people, sharing it on their social media profile. So you want to create something that delivers true value. Number one, like if you are serving an audience with your content and building your business, right, you want to educate them so they leave the video thinking, oh yeah, that's useful. I want to, you know, I think that would really help me, and then maybe that would help other people. That increases their chances of sharing it. Another way you can add value to someone is entertaining them. You know, I'm not, you don't see me doing crazy stuff in my videos, but I do say some funny stuff sometimes without really meaning to. I'm kind of a dry, sarcastic guy. I try and tell stories. I try and put, you know, just personal stuff that may make you smile, maybe to embarrass me sometimes, but I don't care. I don't embarrass easy. I want to entertain you a little bit, make you just feel better for watching my video. That's all I really want, is you to watch my video and be like, I feel a little bit better for that. Whether it was a joke, whether it was a tactic, whether it was just, it distracted you from something that was stressing you out and now you're like back on track, just something of value. So you've got to think about those things when you're creating content. Is it going to entertain somebody? Is it going to educate them? Are they going to feel more inspired for it? Are you trying to lift them up? Are you giving them something useful in their day-to-day life that they can really go and use because of now watching your content? Because people feel reciprocity when you do that. Like, you know, the number of times people come and they say, I meet them at events and things, and they're like, hey, I bought your product, or, you know, I signed up for your webinar or whatever. And I'm like, oh, how did you find me? Oh, well, you know, you put so much free stuff out there. It really helped me in my business. I just felt like I should buy something or register for something of yours, right? To give back. People are going to feel that way if you deliver value. You want to position yourself. I remember thinking, like last month, I helped some friends of mine move into their new home. You know, it's stressful, right? They've got a daughter, you know, it's this big old-fashioned place that they're doing up. They were busy. They both work. I was like, I can free up some time and come and deliver, you know, I'll turn it with the delivery guys and we'll move some stuff. It'll be quicker, right? Now, the first thing they said, I said to them, I don't want anything for it, which they already knew. I'm like, by the way, you don't owe me anything. I'm doing this because we're friends. The first thing they're like, right, okay, in 2 weeks' time, we're going to cook dinner for you. Come around. We're going to have a meal. I'm like, you don't have to do that. They're like, no, we really appreciate it. The same thing happens online. The same thing happens on video or any of your content. When you give something to somebody and there's no expectancy, you're doing it for them as opposed to for you, then they will want to give back and they will search for a way they can do that. You know, when someone says, please, you say thank you. When someone says thank you, you say you're welcome. It's just ingrained in us to reciprocate how someone treats us. So make sure that you have something worth reciprocating, and people will want to share it and give back to your content. They'll want to see you win. Like, hopefully you find me relatable, right? If my face doesn't offend you and you didn't, you know, you still watch the video after the first 10 seconds, you know, hopefully something I've done or said, you know, you're like, I can relate to this guy. He feels like a real person, right? He's trying to help me or he's giving some value. So hopefully you would want to see me win rather than lose. You would want to share my content or comment or like or reach out to me because you can tell that I would be appreciative of that and it would be a good message to share. Are you positioning yourself that way with your content? Or are you just straight away before you create it thinking, how can I make a sale? How can I sign this person up? And I'm not thinking about their needs. People will see through that stuff. So make sure you flip it around. Third and final question. Should someone in MLM/network marketing, very specific, they're the same thing, right? Also be good at training people? No, they don't have to be. I think people in network marketing need to be, and I know this because I built a huge team, that, you know, you need to be able to move people to action. That's the number one deciding factor on whether someone is going to actually take action. Can you move them to that action? Because they've had the goals that they've had for some time, right? When I used to present one-on-one back in the day doing network marketing, I'd hear so similar stories and reasons for joining from people over and over again. In fact, I did 328 presentations in a row that were all no's over 3 different companies. Now, there was only a handful of those people that were dead against it. Like, they hated it, right? The majority had a reason to do it that I just couldn't move them to action. I just didn't know how to market, communicate effectively to have them see it as a priority to do this thing now. So that for me is the number one skill you need to have in terms of when you're looking at with people. Now that's a lesson and for another day. But in terms of training, because I want to answer your specific question, in terms of training people, you can outsource that stuff. Or you can just literally create that one time with a planned sequence. Like, I don't train people one-on-one anymore. I have a bonus package that I created that goes through exactly what people need to do when they join a network marketing team. So when you can do the same, think about what people's actions should be when they join your team. Could you not make a video that walks them through that? If anything, it's more valuable. Like trying to schedule a call with somebody, trying to get them to do something, going backwards and forwards, that's kind of tricky. But if you can build up this video or this video package or this bonus package and say, hey, you know what? Use it to sign them up. If you sign up today, I got this bonus package worth $3,000 that, man, if you sign today, I can send you it straight away. It's going to walk you through exactly what you need to do the second that we end this call and you've signed up, the best steps to take. There's a 7-day game plan in there, the numbers and the activity you need to cover and get all the money back that you're paying in your pocket and make a profit so you can have a profitable business. Remove the monthly auto ship. Everything's pure profit. I've got a 7-day game plan for you to achieve that. I've got daily routine habits that I can show you that if you feel that you're not business minded, this is your first attempt at business, how you can actually adopt some habits to be able to be more productive, procrastinate less, build up the value. And you could shoot a video on that stuff. Could you not? You could go and research the answers to those questions from your upline, from professional trainers, and make your own video about that. You could get your upline and say, this is what I want to do. Will you make that video for me? Or if they have those resources, could I please use them in our team? They're probably going to say yes because it's their team too. So you don't need to repeat yourself over and over again. I remember when I went to Colorado, a coaching retreat with a mentor of mine, Ray Higdon. We were staying in the same place and we were sharing a room. We had this little suite. It was lovely. Mountains in the background. Sounds like a romantic getaway, doesn't it? It was a business conference. We were there at a business conference. And I remember like just chatting to Ray, trying to kind of pick up some bits of knowledge from him because he's a very skilled, knowledgeable guy. And he kindly was obliging with me. And he said, Richard, if you ever repeat yourself, you're stupid. So what do you mean? He said, well, why would you not, if people are asking you a certain question and you're going to take the time to answer it, why would you not just turn on the camera and answer it as you would anyway? Now that is a resource that you can use forever. Keep a catalogue of these things. I mean, you use YouTube, right? There's a catalogue right there, and then you can search for the titles. So now if someone comes to me and they're like, hey, Richard, I think I got like over 500 videos on YouTube alone. Thousands of pieces of content with blog posts and podcasts and all the rest of it. So when someone comes to me and says, hey, Richard, what should I say to my warm market that I messed up with? I don't go, okay, right, and take an hour out of my day. I say, hey, I got some training on that for you. This is exactly the script that you need to use. If you messed up your warm market, if you want to go back to them and gain respect, I got a video for you. Watch this. Is exactly what you need to do. All I do is copy and paste a link. That's that done. It's the same with training. Why would I sit down with individual people and go through the same information over and over again? Because I speak this way without the camera. I'm not putting on an English accent or growing a beard just for the day. This is me. So why would I? They're not going to gain anything from me doing it on the phone. If you're presenting properly, if you've been through my predictable member system, you'll know this, right? If you're one of the highly trained people in my system, you'll know that finding out about that person, their individual needs, their individual requirements, their individual objections, there's a particular place that you should do that way earlier than most network marketers think that will actually get them to sign up, but it means you don't have to do that stuff on the training call. I think it's clunky and no good to getting them signed up and then suddenly diving into what their goals are, what their hopes are, what are their requirements, what time, filling all that out. It's better to do that in two separate sections. There's a particular way you want to divide that in earlier on. So same thing with this. Create the training and then you've got it forever. Make it a bonus package. You don't have to keep doing it one-on-one and taking your time away from you doing what you should be doing, which is growing your team and growing your business, right? So I hope that's helped. So I think that's it. 3 questions. 3 questions. Did you get something from more one than the other? The answers? Did a little sentence or I hate using the word nugget because everybody says that in here. Did you get a nugget? from here something that was useful. If you did, I'd love a comment. Ask me a question. I can answer it in a future episode if you wish. If you like the video, then like the video. And that's it. I'm out of here. Done for the day. So go create a day in a life that counts. Always have more desires and excuses. And I hope to catch you soon. Bye for now.